Science question and answers on topic simple machines, energy, light and sound and force. The first is define the following. First, renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy that is produced from natural processes and continuously replenished. Second, what is frictional force? You have to write the definition, and if you want, then you can give one example. The frictional force is the force that opposes the motion of an object when it is in contact with another object. Third, what are machines? Machines are devices which help us to do a great deal of work with less effort. Fill in the blanks with the most appropriate answer. First, dash is the stored energy that is ready to use. Answer is potential energy. Potential energy is the stored energy that is ready to use. Second, electrical energy is caused by moving dash. The answer is electrical charges, or you can say electrons. So the electrical energy is caused by moving electrons. Third, a pair of nutcrackers is an example of dash lever. A pair of nutcrackers is an example of class second lever. Fourth, dash is the force that is transmitted through a string rope or cable when it is pulled tight. The answer is tension force. Fifth, a dash is formed when light is not able to pass through an opaque object. The answer is shadow. A shadow is formed when light is not able to pass through an opaque object. Match the following. First, luminous objects. Luminous objects are sun, electric bulb, torch. Second, dispersion. Dispersion is splitting into a spectrum of colors. Third, light bulb. Thomson Edison. Fourth, vitamin D. Strong bond development. Photosynthesis. Fifth, synthesis of food. Last, non-luminous object. The answer is chair, table, book. Circle the most appropriate answer. First, the idea of a lever is based on A. Class 1, Class 2 and Class 3. B. Scissors, hammer and crowbar. 3. Force, distance and balance. 4. Load, lift and plank. And the correct answer is force, distance and balance. Second, a dash is a wheel that has a grooved track for the rope, belt or chain to move through it. First, wheel and an axle. Second, pulley. Third, inclined plane. Fourth, screw. And the correct answer is second, pulley. Dash is a process wherein food is synthesized by use of light. First, chemical energy. Second, vision. Third, translucent. Fourth, photosynthesis. And the correct answer is photosynthesis. Fourth question, a wheel becomes a machine when a rod called dash is attached to it. One groove, second an axle, third fulcrum, fourth force. And the correct answer is an axle. Fifth, what opposite charges dash each other while similar charges dash each other? First, attract, repel. Second, repel, attract. Third, attract, attract. Fourth, repel, repel. And the answer is first, attract, repel. What opposite charges attract each other while similar charges repel each other? Next is answer the following. First, explain any three types of simple machines. First is lever. A lever is a rigid object that pivots around a fixed point called a fulcrum. It helps in lifting or moving objects by applying force at one end. Example, seesaw at a playground. Wheel and axle is second. A wheel and axle is a simple machine consisting of a wheel attached to a smaller axle so that these two parts rotate together. Example, a doorknob. Third, pulley. A pulley is a wheel with a grooved track for the rope, belt, or chain to move through it. Example, flagpole pulley. Next is inclined plane. An inclined plane is a flat surface tilted at an angle to the ground. Example, ramp. Next is wedge. A wedge is a triangular shaped object with a thin edge or pointed tip. Example, a chisel. Next is screw. Definition. A screw is an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. Example, screwdriver and screw. Next is explain the classification of energy based on sources. First, based on the sources, energy is divided into renewable and non renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy that is produced from natural processes and continuously replenished. Examples are energy obtained from renewable sources like sunlight, wind, water, tides, waves, and geothermal heat. Next is non renewable energy, comes from sources that will run out or will not be replenished in our lifetimes. Examples include fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Next is name three type of levers with examples. There are mainly three types of levers depending on the position of the fulcrum: class 1 lever, class 2 lever, and class 3 lever. Class 1 lever. The lever has the fulcrum in the middle between the load and the effort. Example, seesaw. Class 2nd lever. The lever has the load in the middle between the effort and the fulcrum. Example, wheelbarrow. Class 3rd lever. The lever has the effort in the middle between the load and the fulcrum. Example, a fishing pole. Next, classify materials based on their transparency. Give one example of each. Based on their transparency, the materials are classified into three: transparent, translucent, and opaque. Transparent. Materials that allow light to pass through them clearly so that objects behind them can be seen clearly. Example, glass. Translucent. Materials that allow some light to pass through them, making objects on the other side appear blurred or diffused. Example, frosted glass. Opaque. Materials that do not allow light to pass through them at all, blocking the view of objects on the other side. Example, wood.